as you know, here's our log store, and it's our big log store because we have so much wood. We do need to prepare for a couple of years ahead. Again, we've got 5 fires in the chateau itself, we've got 1 in the cottage, so we do use a tremendous amount of wood, but it is the cheapest and most efficient way to actually heat the place. It's lovely and it's great to have it, it's been ideal, however, it's too far away. Now from there to there, it's all uphill as well. So when you're trying to either carry bags of it or whether you're trying to stick it in a wheelbarrow and push it, it's just too much work. And what we realised is having this scruffy little bit of plastic next to the cottage, just covering our wood, it was ideal. It was the perfect place. It meant that we didn't have to run about constantly. It meant that we could just nip outside and nip back in. And when it does get blisteringly cold here, and when I say blisteringly cold, we do get out about -15, -20 some winters. So you don't want to be running all the way down here to run all the way back up there again in them sort of temperatures, especially when it's driving rain or hail or snow and winds. It's horrible. So we need to be more practical, but we need something that's more functional up there now. So me and Dad are going to start looking at getting something prepared to create a proper nice looking log store, so that when people rock up to the chateau, they just don't see a scruffy piece of plastic covering our wood right now. And as a lot of you will know, we've got Karen and Shane coming back in October. So that means that we need to start getting the front garden fully prepped now, which means hopefully sourcing some earth. We've been trying to source some earth for about the last month. We're going to need probably 50-60 tons of it at least, just to fill the beds, to raise the beds up. And then Shane's got some interesting ideas, which we'll talk to you about in more detail. But we need quite a lot of land, to be honest with you, quite a lot of dirt. And Tracy's going to be hopefully going through the gardens, rotivating them, getting all the weeds out, just getting it prepped so that when Karen and Shane do arrive next month, it's all done, all ready, and we can just plant our plants. So absolutely loads going on today. Let's crack on. Beautiful.
How are you doing?
Well, we've got our frame all in place, cracking job done, nice and solid, all secured into the wall. But now what we need to think about is doing the roof as well. So we need to create a 20-degree slope, just so that it falls down nicely and it gets rid of the rainwater and doesn't just sit on the roof. Because the plans for after this is to put some OSB over, and then we're going to shingle it so it looks like nice tiles on there. But for that to work, we need, like I said, the 20-degree slope. So what we're going to do on the back, we're going to raise it up. This is a little bit too high, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this in half, so run it through the saw, and what that'll allow us then to do is have the OSB on top of that at the back, and it'll slope down to the front, and it'll just give us that nice angle to get rid of all the rainwater, just so it's not sat there and it's not going to wreck the roof over time. So I better crack on. Well, it's been no secret here, has it, that since we got here, there was no keys to the chateau, there was no way of securing it, there was nothing, was there?
Oh, there was nothing at all, no.
Nobody had any keys, nobody could find the keys. What have you found?
A key.
The key to the chateau? How cool is that? It's actually, it does look like a prop one of the old keys from one of the old blocks as well.
I don't think we found many keys while we've been digging, have we?
No.
I probably think that's the only one.
Yeah.
Up to now, we found doors and hinges and handles and everything, but I don't think we've ever found any keys. So yeah, it could well be.
Problem is, we can't even test if it actually is the key, because we've just replaced all the doors and the bloody locks.
Yeah, so it wouldn't go anywhere, but it's nice to keep.
It's nice,
We'll
it's a
put it in
treasure.
our little curiosity cabinet full of everything else that we've found.
But yeah, I think it's brilliant. It's a proper old key. And it's, it probably was one of the original keys. It's a big one, so it's not likely used for an internal. It must have been, you can't imagine that being on internal doors. You can really see that on
yeah, the ones they're a lot smaller, aren't they? So yeah, it could either be in the stables, the cottage, or the chateau.
Wouldn't have locked that.
Not that one now, that big thing that was on the
Oh yeah,
big, you've forgotten already how bad it was.
It was the big white doors, the big barn doors.
I don't think they're locked though, to be honest. It just had a latch, didn't it? It didn't actually have a lock on.
They didn't lock anything up here.
No.
But no, it's cool, and I need to find a gold block now.
Oh God.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
I think after 5 years of digging, we're not going to find any gold. Really not going to find any gold.
But this is treasure to us. It tells us a little story of the past, and we love finding stuff like this, so we better crack on.
Yeah, definitely.
Come on then.
Oh, it's starting to rain a bit.
Well, we're getting on with the log store, me and Graham, getting it all sorted. It's starting to look really good, we're really happy with it. However, as normal in France, something else crops up. Now, we've been asking our wonderful farmer friend from next door if he can deliver some topsoil for a while now. Now, he's in the middle of harvest, he's been really busy, and he has explained to us it's been difficult for him to get over. So right now, he's about to get some of his topsoil and dump it in here. As we know, we've got Karen and Shane coming back in October to finalise the front garden, get it all planted, but we've realised that we do need a lot more soil just to level it all out and to do a lot of work around the trees and everything else. So that's what Alan's here to do right now. He's going to come in, dump it in these beds, dump it over the fence for this side here as well, and happy days, we're going to have some gardens here soon. So here we go, beautiful topsoil from the farmer next door, meaning that we can have our flower beds coming in as we speak, and it'll be up to us next obviously to manually pull it all about and get it where we want it. But again, we're just so happy to have an amazing neighbour like this that's able to help us, and obviously he's got the tractors, the pieces of kit that he needs to actually get all this done, so we better crack on and give him a hand. teamwork makes the dream work, and look at this. It is really nice, and it's going to be really nice when it's done. We aren't finished with it yet, so I know there's going to be comments that can't use this wood and it needs treating. Yes, we know. So lots still to do. We still got to put a roof on. We've got our OSB for that, and we're going to put that on, and then what we're going to do is we're going to use like shingle tiles and tile all the front, tile all the top, and just make it look a little bit nicer. We're going to look at some nice varnish, get it all varnished, weather treated, so that it's protected. Again, this needs to be something that we can use for the next few years. We realised that when we did have the plastic here, as bad as it looked, it was like kind of necessary, because in winter to walk 250 metres that way with a wheelbarrow full of wood and then walk all the way back up again, it was just a killer. And this was just absolutely perfect. So we know it works, we know it's in a good place, and we're really happy with it. Again, this is not something I've ever done before, but having Dad here to be able to help me, it's just been incredible. So to finish it off, you can see we've started. So we need to leave some air gaps in it, because obviously this is going to be filled with wood, and we need the wind to blow through to keep the wood nice and dry and everything else. So we're going to finish it off like this with lats all the way up and just make it look a little bit nicer. And then what we'll do, just so you don't see this, we'll put a nice facing on the front of it just to finish it off lovely, and it'll look really sweet, it'll look really nice when it's all done, it's all tret nice. It will look good, and it's going to be functional, and we need it. And obviously we couldn't just have a sheet of plastic over some wood when you've got people arriving at a chateau to stay for the weekend. So no, that wasn't going to be a good idea. So we're happy. We've still got, obviously, like I said, we've still got quite a bit to do, but for now we've run out of our wood. We only bought these planks just to see what they'd actually look like, see if it'd work, and just basically test it. So we only bought a couple to see what they're like. So now we know what we need. We're going to run to Brico, get all the other bits that we need, get the shingle, get the paint, get the slats, and then we can kind of get it finished, and hopefully it'll only be done in a couple of days. It'll all be finished, and then we can have our wood all piled up ready for Christmas.
Pull over your head.
Over mine.
Over yours.
Yeah, that'll be perfect, mate.
No. Push yours. No, they want to be in the middle of this joist. We're just having a flush with the front again. Just there.
I'll do it on the joist first.
Put it in the corner first, actually. Just...
Right, I'll get one in. Up to me a bit. Yeah, sorted, mate. That's good. So, loads going on at the front right now, but it's one of them things. We've got the weather for it. It's not peeing down constantly. The weather is starting to set in, so we know that we have to prepare all this. And again, our amazing neighbour Alan has brought all this soil, so that means that we can start preparing these beds. And Terry and Tracy are doing an incredible job. But it's not just a case of spreading land on and getting it all sorted. We obviously needed to raise the height a little bit closer to the actual edges of the blocks, because you remember it was quite a way down. And everything around this has all been built up. But the plan is, there's still a lot to do with these. We still have to, they've all had to be weeded, which Tracy and Terry have been going through, getting as many of the weeds out as they can, getting it all up, just preparing the land. And it's good preparation anyway, because it oxidizes the soil, and it just gives it a bit more life to it as well. So these are still long way to go with sand. We still need to get sand on for when we get the grass and everything coming, but we've got a couple of beds done, but there is still all of this to do. Now, it might not look like there's too much work to do, but there's actually like a lot. These beds over this side need a lot more work just to get them prepared and get everything done. So as you can see here, this is what we were saying about building them up. You can see like how far down this actually is. So this all has to be built up. We've got to get all this weeds and dirt out, because again, it's just going to grow straight through and it'll ruin anything that we're trying to do here in the long run. As you can see, they've done so much of it already. It is a massive job. Might not look it, but it's a huge job. And when you see all of these beds, again, massive work to do here. You can see they've left the edges because they're not wanting to tackle that yet, because they are huge beds. And it's going to be a case of out here, I think we've explained it in previous videos, but if you haven't seen them, I'll explain it again. Around these trees, we're going to be building it up with soil, and I think in between them to create like a kind of wildflower barrier on this side as well. So there's going to be loads of plants going in, there's going to be loads going on. So all this preparation is purely for Shane and Karen coming over in the next month, but we've still got a massive way to go. On the log store, we've got the roof on and everything, but we still have to shingle it, we've still got to paint it, we've still got all the guttering to go on. So it's getting there. It's one of them things. Love working with Dad, absolutely love it, because we just seem to get so much done and we get on so well together. It's absolutely great having someone here that I can just work with all day long and have a laugh with. So we are getting there slowly but surely. There's still a long way to go out here, so it's going to be a few episodes because it is a massive project and we need to get ready. Time is running out now. Shane and Karen are coming within the month, and it just means that we're going to have all this done, all this prepped and ready, so when they're here, the plants will be here, because at that time of the year we don't know whether it's going to be gale force winds and driving rain. It could be like this, we don't know. So we just want everything done when we've got the weather to get it done, so that it's there and it's in place ready, so they can just rock up and we can just crack on out here. So hope you've enjoyed today's episode. We're getting there with it slowly but surely. If you have, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you got the bell clicked for notifications, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.
If you'd like to be part of our journey and help restore the chateau, then please join us on Patreon, where you'll be part of our journey, receive a piece of the history and get exclusive videos.